Happy Easter, everyone. A little bit of Violin insight to rejoice in that really nice day. So there are two notions that keep coming up in my lessons, and these two notions are so important in your improvement from a beginner level to a very advanced level, in not just your improvement but your reaching mastery or learning a new piece, whatever level you have. Those two notions are disappearing. They're disappearing from schools and they're disappearing from my daily life. We now have internet and it's taking over those two skills. So what are these notions? Some of you might have guessed. It's repetition and memorization. So you want to know how to spell a word, you'll take your computer, your phone, iPad, whatever, and type and straight away you see the correct spelling. You'll write it down, forget about it, and your subconscious mind will know that you can refer back to internet to get that again. So it will not try to memorize it. And this is applied to, our brain applies it to a lot of things. And so it's getting used to not repeat, not memorize, and not subconsciously store knowledge to be able to access it without thinking or without having to research it. In schools, same thing. They learn a new notion and they learn to, students tend to learn to think a lot, which is great. They think a lot, they understand things probably better than in the old days. So things are explained, we follow the logic of everything, and these are the main skills that they learn. But then the content can be referred to in books. They can open their books during exam a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time. And so there's not much repetition and not much memorization. And I see that in my students when I say, oh, let's repeat that again, second time. Oh, okay. A third time. Oh, no, not a third time. Okay, let's do it 10 times then. And then they get used to it. And over the lessons, they learn that in violin class, we repeat things over and over. And hopefully this will follow and leak into their practice, and they will also repeat what they're doing. So why is it so important to repeat and memorize? So first it's your muscles, of course. So you build up muscle for this particular movement, and you build up the sequence of events in your piece or scales, whatever you're doing, and it becomes what we call automatic. And what automatic means is you are now controlling these muscles so well, and they're well developed. So you don't need to think about it too much, and this is now referred to your subconscious mind that will deal with it. And then the summit of all this will be to detach yourself from those notes and how to apply note by note, how do I do this, and changing strings and all of that, and it will become automatic. And you will rely on your subconscious mind. Now, what is the main benefit? It will be what we call performance flair. So not only your fingers will play the right notes without thinking too much about note by note and how to do it, but you'll be able to start playing music and not just play those notes that are there. So this is why memorization and repetition are so crucial in your daily practice, in your lessons. I wouldn't say that I spend all lessons making my students repeat things. Sometimes we analyze and think and understand how to do a movement, and that can accelerate the process of how to actually do it, be able to do it, and for the body to learn how to do it. But after that, it's repetition. And normally I expect my students to then go home and practice and repeat all of that and over, and then come back to the next lesson and present it to me, and then we add the music to it. But the problem is they'll go home and they'll play once each thing and they'll say, yes, I've practiced. And well, yes, they played a little bit, but these two notions are lacking, and so the progress is very slow. So remember, whatever you're doing today, try and repeat a movement that will be useful to you later. Try to memorize the sequence of thoughts and movements that are involved so that you can detach yourself from the action and actually enjoy what you're doing.